Well, welcome back to Grottu's Home Videos. This reel here is found footage. It's home movies from the 1930s. Now, my memory is that I got this at an estate sale, some metal reels of film. But during the course of watching this, I hear myself talking in the background, and I think that it may have been this may have actually been thrown out and found at the curb of a house by a friend of mine, and he gave it to me. And then my friend Gerald came over with a 16 millimeter film projector that he had acquired from an auction that used to be used in schools, and we transferred this to DVD-R in May of 2009. So apparently it's, and this is the second part of it. I put up some earlier. This reel was labeled Zeppelin. So later in this film reel, you see an actual Zeppelin. So this was home movies shot on 16 millimeter in the 1930s, and I assume they're in Africa. At the time, the Germans, I think, had made inroads into Africa. I'm not sure, but you'll see a Zeppelin in this footage. So let me turn the sound up. So the film projector sound and the chatter are myself and two friends. When we first transferred this, we were watching it for the first time back 11 years ago.
When did Germany go into Africa? During the war?
Oh yeah.
Or was it in the 30s?
In the 40s. The reason why they took Africa is because they had petroleum.
I know, I'm just wondering if they had some Zeppelins there. I'm hoping to see. Got a shot movie on vacation.
This figure, you can tell the style that it looks from Crosby and Bob Hope.
These aren't that great. I mean, there's some footage in them.
More why did we show the palm tree?
Is that a monkey up there?
Could be.
So I'm going to be putting more and more home movies up here on YouTube.
British flag.
I have a lot of home movies on DVD-R, and the laptop computer I have doesn't have a DVD port, which was a stupid mistake for me to buy one without having a DVD drive. So I'm sure I just need to, and my desktop computer is dead, so I need to buy a new computer, and then I can edit these properly and put them up on YouTube. Right now I'm just I have my phone filming the television. understand what's going on here. This is a Sunday morning when I'm transferring this film, and I heard a doorbell. I'm thinking, who rings a doorbell at 8:30 in the morning on a Sunday? And my dog's barking at the door, and it happened a little while ago. And I went outside and there was no one there. I walked around the house, and now I rewound this disc, and I heard the doorbell again, and my dog's going crazy. But now I realize that was my doorbell in 2009 when my friend George showed up, and now you hear his voice in the background where he came over and was interested to see what we were doing, transferring these films. So anyway, it's tricked me twice, and it's tricked Drusilla, my dog. She's still upset twice. The doorbell rang, a phantom doorbell from 11 years ago, has fooled us twice this morning. So I won't let that happen again. Now, if you're patient, there will be a Zeppelin in this film. So, if you work for the History Channel and want to buy this original footage, contact Grottu Orloff. It'd be nice to have this preserved professionally by someone. I've got the film reel cans in a cool area, but beyond that, I had it transferred, kind of amateurishly. And now it's going up on YouTube, but this is one of a kind footage. This is the only copy of this film in existence, and I know that any footage or photographs of Zeppelins, that's a pretty cool thing. So anyway.
It must have splice in it. Alright. Pause this. See that you've expanded your museum throughout the house. Ready? Figured out what country that is? It's someplace in Africa, because it's the British who there. Yeah, the British owned everything. That looks like India. That's India.
These people were probably on a cruise around the world right before the war broke out.
Do you think in what year that's from? Does it say? It's going to be the late 30s.
We need to write Hitler's home movies on it and sell it on eBay for $100,000. He was touring the world before he conquered it.
Hitler? Yeah. That would have been a doozy.
Oh well.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, if they had filmed some real life Hitler film. Oh my God.
You could sell this. I imagine this might have a lot of value on eBay or somewhere. I don't know if you could sell it to the History Channel. It's not spectacular enough.
Yeah.
But this has some value. Home movie, because this is one of a kind. That newsreel stuff.
Yeah, well,
Oh boy. So anyway, the next volume 4, I'm going to be showing some home movies of the oldest brother of a friend of mine, telling some interesting stories about the Cellar Club in Fort Worth in the 1960s. So make sure you tune in to Grottu's Home Videos, Volume 4, and this the gentleman you'll see talking about the Cellar Club unfortunately passed away a couple of weeks ago, and we went to his funeral. But I just found some footage of him talking about the Cellar Club here in my den, so I will transfer that. I will put that up on YouTube sometime this morning.
Yeah, Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Night of the Living Dead were shot in this format, and then converted to 35mm to play in theaters. Oh, there you go. That's the music needs to play those African natives.
Okay.
Well, that's India. Yeah, those are Indians. Yeah.
No, but earlier the Africans on that other film. Okay, when is Zeppelin's gonna come?
You're really hoping.
Well, if there's Zeppelin, then this film it goes up much more in value. It's not my film, but you know, you've got footage of Zeppelin, but I imagine that's.
I'm looking at those swimsuits. That's great.
He said he found this out at a curb. They were throwing all this stuff out of some house. Oh, no.
Yeah, the chatter in the background indicates that I was wrong. I did not get the set in estate sale. My friend found it thrown out. They were clearing out somebody's house, and they threw it out at the curb. And I don't know if he found this in Dallas or in Los Angeles, because he had just come back from Los Angeles. My friend worked on a bunch of films like Bride of Reanimator and Wishmaster, and he was a special effects coordinator, and he also directed music videos for the Ramones and Motorhead and a few other bands. But yeah, so he apparently found these film reel cans and handed them over to me. But I would think this is a wealthy family or a couple on a tour around the world that shot these home movie reels. And this is the, oh, here we go.
If it's the Hindenburg, what does he say on there?
Yeah, that'd be.
What is it? Can you read the name?
I got numbers. You don't have to.
No. But we could find out from those numbers on the internet real quick. Because
That's the 30s. The cars there are.
Well, of course it's the 30s, because they didn't have Zeppelins in the 40s after the Hindenburg.
Is that right? Yeah, that's in the 30s.
Hindenburg was what, 36, 37?
Yeah, this is some pretty cool footage. I haven't watched this in years. Look at those hats.
This footage here, well, you know, things don't really change from when people still wear.
Oh crap.
That's flights there.
It's funny for me to be talking to myself 11 years ago. I'm going, oh crap, and myself back many years ago was going, oh no.
Germany was found to one of the well, there's no Hitler must not have been in power then because.
I'll show you was. He was in power 1930.
Oh yeah.
Olympics is where
It's annoying to hear yourself talking, you know, on these
He
old.
started getting power about 29. He started getting himself in position. 1932.
So we've got some cool Zeppelin footage.
That's like the length of the 3 football fields from what I've read.
Yeah, Zeppelin was the length of 3 football fields, so that gives you a sense of scale, because we all pretty much know how long a football field is, and you know, most of us have never seen, in fact, I don't think there's, I wonder if there's a single person alive that's seen a Zeppelin in person. If so, not many.
This must be the wife of the idiot that shot this film. I'm gonna get haunted tonight. I'm sure a ghost is gonna strangle me.